the Charlotte Hornets. They are on a 2-game losing streak. They fell back below 500. They took a couple losses, tough losses this weekend. They're 6-4 in their last 10, however, and I think they have the best record since February 1st. So they still are rolling, just, a little bump in the road. But you guys have spoken highly on the Hornets. We have some people up here that really think the Hornets can pop some people in the series. And when I say some people up here, I mean like just on the panel platform in general. Thoughts on the Hornets?
Mars, I see what you're looking at when you watch Musa. I see it. And
you can't miss it.
Yeah, I see it. And I initially there's because I've been around you for as long as I've been around you, I know when you're trying to be funny about stuff, but then I also know when you're serious. And I paid attention to Musa and the finishing, his know-how of processing defenses. They don't really guard him a lot, so it's almost like a quarterback sitting in the pocket and just being able to throw. And that's kind of what with Musa, where when he gets the ball, they don't really guard him, so it's not that difficult for him to process defenses and make the right reads. He ain't Joker. He's not an elite passer, but he will put the ball on the floor and get to the rim. Yes, he will do that. And he does the in-between stuff that just makes them so much more viable. So I see what you're looking at. He's necessary. Yes, definitely necessary.
Best player.
Yeah, shout out Diabute. But do we actually think that the Hornets have action in the playoffs?
It depends on how up in the standings they can go. I really think they do, honestly have action against Detroit in a series.
When Detroit mopped these dudes in 5 games, I want to hear from you dudes. If they have to run up on Detroit and Detroit shows these dudes the door like a bouncer taking an underage kid out the door, I want to hear everything from you dudes. Because
that doesn't mean they didn't have action.
Detroit smoked them. I don't think Detroit beat them. I think they smoked them.
Ox is not going to like this question because everyone is the same. But if Charlotte were healthy to start the season, or we just remove the first 18 games when they were 4-14, and instead they were playing at the 50-win pace they've been playing since then, the whole time, would you then give this more credence?
Yes, and you know why, Mars? Because if we started at the beginning of the regular season, I think that with having the continuity that they have now, they would have had that in the beginning, and I think we'd be looking at a much better unit, and I'd be a lot more confident in this group as a whole, as opposed to now where I've only seen it, which I've said to you that I needed to see LaMelo Ball for 2 months. I've only seen it for a short period of time. If I would have been able to see it throughout the course of the entire season,
4 months.
We've been hoping for a minute now.
If I've been able to had a bad first month of the season. They've been playing at a 50-win pace since the first month of the season.
LaMelo FC, baby.
And with that being said, they have had guys in and out of the lineup. Musa,
they had suspensions, but
they still had that. But with that being said,
4 games they've been available. Other than 4 games, everyone's been there.
But that
50-win pace,
right? And that first month of the season, I still think is huge because that first month of the season,
got to do with their playoff hope. The reason they're healthy when they play in the playoffs.
The reason why is because the first month of the season is huge because I'm getting to see what I have. Number one, not only what I have, how I am with the rest of the group, as opposed to I'm starting to put this thing together now. I think since since February they've had the best record in the league.
January.
Is it January? Okay, since January they've had the best record in the league. So
2 months, by the way.
Okay, so up until that point, they were still trying to figure it out, whether it was injury, whether it was how coach was using the lineup. Because don't forget, LaMelo Ball, we had games where he wasn't starting. Then we had games with him coming off the bench. Then we had games where he was benching him late in games. Well, if we get him in the beginning of the season and he's playing at the level that he's playing now, if we get him at the beginning of the season and as time goes on, he's getting better throughout the course of the season, the rest of the group is getting better throughout the course of the season, as opposed to now they're putting it together. But now, I'm sure they're putting it together.
They've been putting it together throughout the season. That's what they've been doing.
But the difference is that I feel like that first month, I still feel like with them losing that first month, that was a big deal for me because I feel like that first month is very important because I'm still trying to figure guys out. Yes, don't get me wrong. We get to this juncture of the season where now you have to put it together at your best. But I feel like that first month of the season is a big deal.
I think the Hornets are being judged as a below 500 team when everything shows that when they're healthy, they're not. I think that's why stuff like they could
Yeah.
beat Detroit is scoffed upon. Yeah, they started 4-14. They weren't healthy. They've been the season. We're 4.5 months into the season. They've been healthy for 3.5 months. They played at a 50-win pace in those 3.5 months.
Yep.
I think it's very fair to say that's closer to what the Hornets are than the 4-14 start when they weren't healthy. Brandon Miller went out in game 1 or game 2. LaMelo didn't start playing consistent minutes until November. And since that point, they've been playing like one of the 5 best teams in the Eastern Conference. And I don't think it's crazy to say one of the 5 best teams in the Eastern Conference can beat the Pistons in a series. I don't think that's a crazy statement. I feel like the Hornets are being looked at as a team that they actually aren't because they had a slow start to the season due to injuries. But when they've been healthy, they've played at a level that is one of the best teams in the conference.
And they're not getting the benefit of the doubt as like a team, for example, the Bucks.
Should they get real talk?
Whatever. But
Should
I'm saying,
get the benefit of the
Have
doubt?
they deserved? Do they deserve that?
Well,
Have they earned it?
Can
As
I
you were
finish
saying,
my-
Yeah,
as you
but
were
he's
saying,
not
real
saying they deserve
I'm
it. He's just saying
saying,
they haven't
yeah, I'm
got
not
it.
saying they deserve it or not from your. I think they do, obviously.
Sure.
But what I'm saying is like the Bucks started off, was it last year or year before last, like horrendously.
Mhm.
But everybody, like when they started to get it together, everybody started putting some hope into the team because they were
Sure.
like, oh, but they have Giannis and they have Dame. So because they also like lack the star power or the name recognition on the teams, like they're not getting that benefit of the doubt when they're starting to put the pieces together, to Mars's point. But like, I don't know, chill. For the last month and a half, 2 months,
They've been rolling.
like the best team in the NBA.
Yeah, they've been rolling. I think with that starting five, with the starting five, if I'm not mistaken, Mars, you can fact check me on this. 20-2, something like that. Something crazy like 20-2 with Musa. Let's see, is Musa, Bridges, Miller, Khan, and LaMelo. With that 5 on the floor to start the game, they've lost 2 games. Up before this recent trip, they were 20-2. With that being said, this group, to your point, real talk, from the history that I've seen from them, I can't give them the benefit of the doubt because they've been beat up. Now they are playing at that level where they look like one of the best teams in the NBA, right? They do look like one of the best teams in the NBA. I've seen it from Detroit the entire season. So the consistency from Detroit is something that's definitely swaying me, not just the talent. The consistency from the Charlotte Hornets, sure, Mars, it's been going on for 3.5 months, 100%. Can I expect that consistency from them going into the playoffs? Boy, I would like to. I would love to. I just haven't seen it. I'd like to see
Since November 28th, they're 5th in the NBA in net rating. The season started October 20th.
So a month.
The first, 22nd.
Yes. So a little over a month.
So yeah, without the first month of the season, they are the 5th. They've been performing as the 5th best team in the NBA.
Sure.
Not just the Eastern Conference. The 5th best team in the NBA. I think it's quite clear to see they're a better team than their record suggests. That's really it.
I'm so sleep on this Charlotte shit. Oh my
Well,
God.
continue to sleep then.
I
But
am.
we gonna wake your
Ron,
ass up though.
I am too, Ron. I'm snoring over here. I am.
Hey,
I hope you have a
Hey, real
nightmare, nigga. Go to
hey,
sleep.
Exactly.
Hey,
What's up?
Just got two
wake
of
Tyler
the
Hero
best
up.
shooters in the league. Like, just conk and nipple.
No, Miami had a good game. You know, can't win them
Hey,
all.
wake
One
Devin Booker
of
up.
the best playmakers in the league, one of the best energy bigs in the league, good depth pieces with experience, great
defense.
coaching.
Yeah.
Understands
Wait, y'all think Charlotte's better than Miami?
I do.
But they just lost to Miami, so it's easy to say no.
I still
Well, no,
think-
Well, not in a
regardless of that,
seven-game
because
series.
anybody can beat anybody in the game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even want to bank it off of that. I'm just saying, like, just in general, y'all got Charlotte over Miami.
I think Charlotte's a better team than the Miami Heat. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
That doesn't mean I think they'd win in the series against Miami, but I do think they're a better team.
If the season ended today, they would be in what are they in the 9 spot? They're in the 10 spot.
Yeah.
They're
Ten.
they're in the 10 spot. So they'd have to see Atlanta. They'd have to see Atlanta to move forward. Just one game. They'd have to see Atlanta.
Yeah, just one game.
Stop.
Go ahead, CJ.
It's one game. They can win or they can lose.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't
it
put
is
much-
one game, but
I don't put much weight into the playing. Like, you can, it's one
I
game.
hate the
Like,
play-in.
all it takes is Charlotte to shoot 20% from 3 and they lose. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, it's like, whatever.
How many games are they getting out of the play-in though?
So
Two and
they're
a
a
half.
game and a half.
3, I think 3 games.
Yeah.
No, it's
Oh no,
four,
to catch up.
actually.
Yeah, 4.
It's
Okay, 4 games. Yeah.
Yep. 4 games to get out the play in. So
Yeah, them losing to Miami and Phoenix didn't help because they were
No,
like
it did
there.
not. They
Miami
are
in
getting
particular.
those-
Phoenix, I don't think Phoenix was that bad, but losing to Miami at home, that was a big deal. I mean, because again,
I
that's
may
an
Hackers just be frying him. I don't know what it is with him. He don't like Charlotte. I need
that's an
someone needs to
Eastern
ask him
Conference
about that.
team. Mm-hmm.
And the
But
Hawks
that's
getting
every
hot
time.
right now doesn't help them either. I don't know if their schedule is going to continue being this weak, but yeah, that doesn't help them at all.
So
Matt said,
Musa
Matt just
Diabate
said,
carry him out the plan.
Matt just said, what happened to
No
my
worries.
dog days of the season logic? If I see them at the end of the season in the Eastern Conference Championship or the NBA Championship, I will 100% say that this is what they were doing during the dog days of the season. So nothing happened to my logic. It's still there. It is still there.
If that's not confirmation bias, I don't know what. Okay, cool.
Why would that? Wait.
No, my bad. I shouldn't have said anything. We can move on.
No, wait a minute, Mars. I want to make sure that.
My bad.
All right, fine, Mars. No problem.
It's the panel. Religion get built on cam. Where the check throw smoke and the host go ham. You ain't never seen hoops out hit the raw. Every take got weight, every night we drop. This that barbershop. Courtside, worldwide tone. Welcome to the only show that really feel like numbers jumping like the score.